Thank you so much for staying with us here on iBrand Daybreak Friday. We always have stars come shine with us. It's called Star Corner. And of course, joining us this morning to shine is Britiko J. Butter. I hope I got that correct. Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning. You have to pronounce wow. I like that, Britiko J. Butter. But I want you to get it right. It's Britiko J. Butter. BRITIKOJEBUTTER. Britiko J. Butter.
All right. No problem. I hope I get that right in the future. But let's get into business for today. You're an actor, comedian.
Absolutely.
Beautiful. It is amazing having you here, by the way. A lot of times when we have creators in the house, it's mostly people who function in the music industry, who function in the movie industry as well. But we've never really had someone who is into acting and comedy at the same time. So it's nice having you here. But, you know, I'd like to get a background to, you know, the man and the person sitting with us here, you know, your journey so far and how you came to the point of deciding to mix these two together. They are a lot on their own and having to balance out being an actor and also doing comedy. How has that come up for you?
First, I have to say this. Comedy chose me. Acting chose me. I never chose acting and comedy. When I was much younger, when I was knee-high to a grasshopper, I used to be called by my teacher, Baba Suwe, Baba Suwe. I was just surprised. Why? Because all my teachers knew me as someone who could make people laugh. So it has been there. So it's something with it very important. So it's not something that I decided to choose. So it chose me. A long time ago, when I was at a meeting, I spoke and someone just said, "Oh my God, you're going to do well if you're a comedian because you're highly comedical in your ways of talking and everything." So I must really say, God chose that for me. I never chose it. Yeah, I just see myself as being blessed as a comedian. I like it. I'm always happy each time I'm on air, each time I'm in the studio, each time I'm on location, on sets.
All right. So from your submission, I understand it's something that's been with you growing up. But at what point did you decide to do this, you know, on a professional level? And how has the support been like?
Okay, that was 2021. Yes, I can remember. It was a movie known as Double Wahala. I was with Sanyeri, Yabado Snare, and the like. So I started 2021, but professionally I started this year because I decided to take it more important. But 2021 was when the debut occurred.
All right, so talking about comedy, there is several arms to it. There are people who do stand-up, there are people who are into skits, and, you know, people just do their thing the way it comes to them. What is it like for you, you know, apart from acting? I want to believe you're also into skit making, but what is it majorly? Do you ever look towards doing stand-up or mixing everything together?
It's something I intend doing very soon, comedy, stand-up comedy, but at the moment I focus more on acting and skit making or participating in the skits.
Beautiful. Sam?
All right, so talking about your brand, Britiko J. Butter.
Britiko J. Butter.
J. Butter, okay, so it's really a fast-rising brand, I must say, in the acting space. But of course, we have a whole lot of actors, you know, out there. My question now is, what are some of those unique things about you that you're trying to put out there so that people can get to, you know, differentiate you from every other actors there? Because of course you might be doing similar things which these guys are doing, but there should be a very striking thing, you know, something I call a unique selling point for you as a brand. So what exactly is it that you're putting out there, you know, to really differentiate you from every other actors out there?
Getting cropped up at the same time learning language comedy. So you're not just learning, but also you are getting excited, you're getting entertained. Language comedy, linguistic comedy, school comedy, educational comedy. Because I appreciate education. So that's why I try as much as possible to make sure the content is educational. Not just laughing, ha ha ha, illegal, facia, hippopotnaris, but you should also know that this is a word which does exist in the language of the English.
All right. Now, talking about your language or the language that you're trying to pass out there, I quite understand that you have this, deep British, how am I going to put it now, British accent, when you speak. But of course, you understand that this is Nigeria. We have our own very, special way we communicate to people. So how do you think people out there, the grassroots, whom you're selling out your creative to, how do you think they will be able to grasp every spoken words coming out from you, so that it's not just you talking, but it's more like a communication? You're talking, and of course they can comprehend and be able to pass the same message across to you. So how are you struggling to do that?
To be honest with you, I don't find it difficult, so I don't struggle. I find it quite easy to do because it's comedy. The purpose of it is for you to laugh. Now, at the same time, you could also watch. It's all about action, gestures, and the like, the content from the beginning to the end. And of course, there's subtitling. So that is also important. It's key. I like to be unique. I like to stand out. I don't care what some people might say. Oh, this man speaks, we don't understand. He talks Bangladesh, he talks macaroni, malarkey, morology. I don't really care. My job is to go outside to make sure that you learn, because uniqueness is a very important, absolutely important. And education is important to me. So I have to combine education with comedy, language comedy, school comedy, linguistic comedy, educational comedy.
All right, I understand that for every creative out there, you have your target audience, you have people that you're creating for. Everybody would not fall in line with what you do. So which is why I also like the fact that you've made up your mind and you've decided not to worry or care what people who do not understand what you're doing care or think about or say. But then with your target, people who you believe understand your type of comedy and how you bring it forward, what has it been like? Because in Nigeria, in the African space, permit me to say that generally, we are more familiar with the regular type of comedy that you can find everywhere. Talking about skit making and all that, and then speaking in regular Nigerian language or Pidgin English or Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, depending on what someone is functioning from, where someone is functioning from. We don't really have a lot of people like you who have decided to be different. And starting professionally this year, even though you've had some works done over times from 2021, what has it been like being able to source your target and reach out to them and connect? Would you say you've really had that connection?
Absolutely. We see ABSOLUTALY. Absolutely, because it all matters if the person is educated. So there are different kinds of audiences. We have those who have the level of education which is not high, those who have got their level of education which is very high. So the target has to do with those who are highly educated, well educated, and of course the young children also learn. Because it's not just about comedy, it's not just about acting. I also train people so they can become better. Because we have the standard British pronunciation, non-standard British pronunciation, standard American pronunciation, non-standard American pronunciation. As an example, WATR is pronounced as water, water in standard British pronunciation. Water, non-standard British pronunciation. I just want to call water. Water is standard American pronunciation. Water is non-standard American pronunciation.
It is really nice to have you. I wish we can continue having this conversation, but our time is far spent already. So it is the season, Yuletide. This is where we get a lot of shows, a lot of events, a lot of people unveil things they've been working on. Are there stuff like that for you? Is there something you want to tell us exclusively on this show?
I would like to reveal that.
Just yet, but we'll definitely get to hear about
Exactly.
it. All right, thank you so much for coming on the show today. It was beautiful to have you and have this beautiful conversation. Hopefully we get to meet again.
You can say that again. I have to say this. I'm absolutely excited for speaking here. I'm also working on hair. It's been illegal, facile, hyperpocinaris. It's been supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. SUPRCLIFRAGILICTICEXPIALITOCIUS.
All right, iBrand Daybreak. If you have your time, pause your video, find that word, learn something new. That's how you grow. When we return, we'll be having another star join us to shine. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us.